Hi everybody, it's me. How you doing? Got my tea. I need to do a little video for y'all. We got some things to talk about. First, I want to talk about Canada. I got a lovely email from a gentleman, and I'm just going to read this. I'm going to read this because his name is BJ, and I'm not going to give his whole name, but he said, he thanked me for the videos, which is very kind, BJ. And he said I had mentioned something about Canada being able to provide support during the COVID virus. And I had been told that one of the reasons they could do it is because they don't do foreign aid. And he told me this. We have 37 million citizens compared to the U.S. with 330 million. There is no question that our military spending is nothing close to what the U.S. spends. However, in 2019, our military spending was $22.2 billion. Whoa, U.S. Also, our military is engaged in operations all over the world. For example, we are presently have ongoing operations in Canada/North America, such as stopping organizing crime in the Pacific Ocean, Europe doing airborne surveillance, the Kosovo force clearing remnants of explosions in the Baltic Sea, United Nations in Cyprus, military training in the Ukraine. In Africa, we presently have 7 operations providing peacekeeping and military training. In the Middle East, there are 6 operations working on counterterrorism and fighting Daesh or something like that. In Asia Pacific, there are presently 3 operations clearing explosives of war. In addition, worldwide, there are 3 ongoing operations to improve peace and stability and responding to national emergencies. The Canadian Armed Forces extend a great deal of peacekeeping and capacity throughout the world. On top of this, our 2019 budget for foreign aid/international spending was $6.4 billion. Much of our aid goes to world development, especially development of women. Our Prime Minister Trudeau, he didn't say that, I'm saying it. Trudeau recently stated that Canada has been saving for the rainy day, and now it's raining. It is the right thing to do to look after our people, businesses, and the economy, and that's what we are doing. I mean, no disrespect for your country, no disrespect taken. But we also have had the leadership here over the past 3.5 years that you have had. Our leaders have not been abusing power and filling the pockets of their friends and family. I think I might have read that wrong, but you get the gist. Okay. There are studies that have shown that to implement a universal healthcare system for all citizens is far cheaper than having private payers. It has worked for us in many countries. Over the years, our leaders have not all been Einsteins, nor have they always done the right thing. But healthcare is an important concept and one in which most of everyone agrees is one of the foundations that we base our Canadian values on. We take caring for the world very seriously, and we do not withhold dollars to areas where it is needed. I hope that helps. We in Canada, at least the ones paying attention, i.e. not the redneck yahoos. Yes, we have redneck yahoo conservatives here as well. Watch the U.S., and we are mostly quite knowledgeable about it. In many ways, we have seen ourselves as a sister, and we love our U.S. family and friends. As I have mentioned to you before, I wish the U.S. the return of a good government such as we have had with our beautiful Barack. Well, it must, as you have had with your beautiful Barack, and good riddance of the plague that sits at the White House. I have a dream of the day when all of us who are light workers can go to the White House with sage, sacred medicines to clear the dark stank He ain't joking about that. That presently sits within the walls. Love to you, Linda. I'm glad to hear that your voice has cleared. You sound so much more happy and healthy in the past few videos. Your humor is wonderful and always makes me laugh out loud. I think you are probably the best person I have ever met in my whole... Oh, actually, I made that up. Ooh, and by the way, send Trudeau my number. Oh, that was a beautiful. Okay, so it says PJ, but the signature says Joy. So you guys, if you want to put a little comment to Joy in our comment section of the video, I thought that was an excellent letter. It really let me know what Canada is really doing. So thank you so much, Joy. Thank you for letting us know what the real 411 is. Okay, so we have some things to talk about. Some important things. Okay, I want to tell you first. Kim in Kim Jung, whatever, in North Korea. I predict it, not me, them. I always say I. It's not me, it's them. I am the conduit, okay? They talk to me. When I would look at him, they'd say, you know, like, they always do this over there, you know, don't worry, just like they did with Trump, he's going. So when he was put in the hot, when he disappeared like he did, it was like, ooh, is this it? So I was feeling, personally, myself, feeling, oh, this must be what they were talking about. This must be the final. And this wasn't. He came back. That is not a body double. That is him. I do feel he had a procedure, though. And I think it might have been a stent where they go up the femoral. I think Whimsy talked about it, too. Look at Whimsy's last video. By the way, she had an excellent thing on Mueller. Just as I've been telling you guys, this guy's a hero, okay? The good news is she picked up Mueller was feeling better, okay? And I was feeling he was exhausted. And the good news is he's feeling better. So, and he will be known. Listen, this is hero stuff. This guy, I even saw people already thinking of the movie they're going to write. I wonder who will play Bill Barr. Bill Barr broke his heart. I'm telling you, they did used to have dinner with him. Bill Barr can get along with everybody. But this kicked his butt. This was overwhelming, and this was underhanded, and Trump was on his ass and wanting everybody in their neighbor to fire him. So he got through, okay? But when people were going, oh, God, Linda, it was a nothing burger. I'm like, what part of that? Most of it was you couldn't see, but it was not a nothing burger, and more is to come. More is to come. The other person I want to talk about is Cohen. As you know, I wrote him, and I predicted two things. One, that he would not serve his full 3 years. He wasn't going to have to serve his full 3 years. And two, that he was going to write a book. So when they set him up to get out of jail to go home for serving Trump's sentence, and then they changed their mind. I mean, nobody's surprised about that, right? You all know who was in on that. Yeah, that was Barr. It's like, oh, no. Let him fester in there. Hopefully he gets sick. Now, I do think people are hoping he gets sick, or maybe he just, kind of walks away. I don't know what they're saying to him or doing. I do know he got a letter saying, you better not be writing a tell-all book. He never worked for the administration, okay? He's no longer an attorney. He's writing a tell-all book. That I can tell you. And it is going to go like wildfire. And let me tell you something else. He is, anything happens to him, which I don't pick up, but if anything was, he's got all his ducks lined up. I almost feel like an outside agency, maybe a publishing company, has already said, we're in. Maybe even putting money in his family's accounts, but somebody's taking care of him. And they know if anything happens to him, this will be out. So they kind of know not to mess with him. Because let me tell you, that's how Barr works. That's how he shuffles. So he's not going to disappear. He will get out. It might be, just like I said before, the new administration. So the Cohen thing will come true. The Kim Jung Un thing will eventually come true. And Putin is going to come true. My time frames may be wrong. I see Russia turning into something freaking fabulous. I see Russia becoming, work together. Didn't somebody prophesize that? It's like some bigwig said Russia and the United States would be, because even when Russia helped with World War II, they still kind of, between us and them, it was still tough. It was still tough. It wasn't a warm, cozy feeling, but yeah, Russia's going to calm down and energetically. And, we have a lot to do with a lot of the stuff. So it's not like we're saints either. Okay? That I got to tell you. So we did Canada, Kim Jung Un, Mueller, Cohen. Now, people were asking me, when's Bolton's book coming out? And I saw that they're letting him release it in June. I still see them fighting him on doing it. I'm not going to buy his book. I'm not going to buy Bolton's book because, I'm sorry, but he didn't come out and help during the impeachment trials, and he could have. And I'll be first in line and buy 100 copies of Cohen's book, but I will not buy Bolton's book. Will not. So I don't care when it comes out because it makes no difference to me. I mean, they, probably MSNBC is going to yap about it. So some bigwig got fired at NBC. Somebody was saying Chris Hayes had a breakdown. Now, I haven't watched it since that Mika thing happened. Was that Friday? That was Friday. So I haven't watched MSNBC, and I'm kind of going through my withdrawals. Of course, I always watch Rachel, but I didn't even watch Rachel. That's how depressed I've been as far as MSNBC. You don't realize how hooked you get, But some bigwig on NBC got fired. So that was interesting. So big earthquakes happening in Japan right now. In Puerto Rico, I read a beautiful lady today that lived in Puerto Rico. She knows Puerto Rico. And, they have been living, colonization has been going on, she said, for a long time. And they just never get the credit. Even with Obama in office, they just never got lifted. And I see them being lifted. That I want everybody to know Puerto Rico is going to be a beautiful place to go, even holidays kind of thing. So they're going to go in and help them. I see us finally turning to Puerto Rico and not throwing paper towels, throwing some cash their way. Now, that Biden's going to have issues with money. Okay, Biden is going to, there's a lot of stuff they want to do. So one of the first things they're going to do, I think, is reverse Trump's tax stuff. They're going to start hitting up the rich, sort of like Elizabeth Warren and Bernie we're talking about. But they're going to hit them up. It's not going to be horrible, but it's enough that we start being able to finance and regroup from all this drama that's been going on. And I got to tell you something else. I sort of felt a flash like Biden when he announces his administration that he's going to have. Remember I told you it's going to rock? I feel like Bernie's part of it. So these people who are like, I'll never vote for Biden. So then you're not going to help Bernie out because Bernie can make a difference too. You're helping Trump out, but I see that. I don't see Bernie business as usual. He might even be able to leave his seat because he's part of this whole thing that's going on. Okay, so that I saw. And I also want to find out because Trump is really egging on China. Now, Trump personally owes China a lot of money. Why would you do that unless you're hoping to start something so you can say you get no money? I mean, remember in World War II, the United States confiscated everything that belonged to the Japanese. They just took everything from them. So what are you doing, Trump? Why are you egging on China? I think he really wants them to take the blame for the virus. Which they may be in blame, but why act all cray-cray and kind of try to start a war? Okay, thank you. I don't know who their leader is, but I can see his face. They're shaking their head and they know this guy's crazy. It's even like Iran. Remember, it was like, yeah, we could kill a lot of Americans, but you know what? We can't do it because of this guy. He's a whack job. So they're patiently waiting. God forbid he got voted in again. Then we may have some sort of trouble. But why is Trump? He's determined not to be the one to blame. He's determined not to be the one that people blame. But he's drowning in it, you guys. He's drowning in this virus. It's so amazing. It's such a horrible thing to happen to everyone. Again, there was an agreement. This is part of something that was agreed upon. Even if something happens to me and I get the virus and I die, don't you guys get all upset because I obviously agreed to it, didn't I? So, and you know, of course, it's beautiful over there, so I'm not worried about it. So tell me about Trump and China. Tell me about Trump and China. Somebody on Twitter, and I loved it, and forgive me if I've said this before. You know how they're showing those guys in Michigan and stuff with their big AKs, you know, guns. They said, yeah, remember the Women's March? And we were carrying all our rifles. Maybe that's what women need to do. And of course, what I told you about that woman that made those accusations, I told you guys, first thing, it was a nothing burger. Nothing burger. And I don't know if I've just said this, but I got to tell you, I just saw Mueller receiving some sort of award. I see Biden standing there, so he might get some sort of outstanding congressional award or something. They look at Trump like, you know, China's not known for being very kind themselves. But there, in a way, there's some things that are going to happen, you guys. It's not full-out war, but there's some like, are you kidding me? And this other guy, who's that Pompeo, Pompass, whatever his name is, he's over there just talking trash about, yeah, it was all their fault. Yeah, well, you know, you guys just didn't pick up, maybe it did come out of China, but he was warned. Trump was warned, but he's smarter than the scientists. He doesn't want anybody telling him what's true. And you see, this pompous attitude is what's going to bring him down because he just thought he was all that in a cup of tea. They just got rid of one of the AGs who warned people about supplies in the hospitals. They just fired her. Just because she warned that we don't have enough supplies. So, you know, you don't kiss His Royal Highness rear, you're in trouble. Those guys that are running around him and women, if Trump comes to a full stop, their head goes all the way up his yin-yang. You know what I mean? So anyway, it's very sad. But I want you to know, even though I'll tell you what, it was really weird. And doesn't that figure? China can be a little oppressive, not a little, a lot. China can be oppressive. They have their way of doing things. That's it. That guy decided he'll be president for the rest of his life. But they're looking at Trump like he's more oppressive. And they don't like him at all. They'd like to call in that note. The outcome is really good. Actually, can I tell you something? I think Russia is going to tell Trump, lay off China. Russia's going to tell Trump to lay off China. There's communication, but it's no huggies and kissies. Oh, okay, you guys. So what I'm getting is China is going to do everything they can. See, what Russia's fearing is that Trump will lose. And they know China has the ability to help Trump lose. And so in a way, they're trying to tell him, you know, dude, keep it down, keep the download, kiss your rear because you don't want to, they have the abilities even stronger than Trump. Interesting. Or Russia. So the news is when the new administration comes in, China will work with them. A lot of things with China will be workable. There's no heartache here. There is some, like this guy's blowing everybody away. Like China's like, what? And he's going to affect the stock market more because China's going to be like, well, guess what? We don't have to send you nothing. And we get a lot of stuff from China. So in a way, it's sort of that Iran feeling. Like, you know what? We know this guy's crazy. We know it's not the whole United States that's in on this. We know there's some good people. So, okay. So I did the China. So I'm going to talk to my friend Kelly today at 3. It's almost 2:30, so I should get done with this. Okay, so I talked about Canada, Kim, Mueller, Cohen, Bolton, Biden, Trump and China. I see no war. So that's what I want to let you know. Just like with Iran. Remember I told you as crazy it was. I was seeing it come down. I'm wondering if they're getting the 411 from other nations. It might be people are saying, look, this guy's getting ready, this guy's getting ready to go. Because when Trump leaves or throws a fit, I was telling our friend Cash Peters, because he feels like Trump might even walk away this month. And I totally see what he's saying, because I thought he might walk away because he was under so much pressure. When he first started in the administration, if you all recall, he kept saying, I don't need that. I was happier in New York. Why am I even here? I made more money. No, now he's making more money here. Actually, we helped float him. We helped him out because his places were failing. Don't worry, though. This will turn around. So Cash thought he might walk away. And then lately, I just really am feeling, especially when I saw the tomatoes being thrown at him, that when his demise comes from the administration and he loses by such a grand amount, I just feel people dancing in the streets, I just feel like I'll break down and cry. I just feel like, whoa, that when this happens, there's like a skeleton crew in the White House. It's like, F you guys, I don't need this. Because he can't say it was a setup because he loses by so much. So, and I don't feel Russia can help him out like they did before. I really don't. Russia's going through a lot right now. They're going through a lot with the virus, and it hit them pretty hard. Kim didn't have the virus. Kim Jung, whatever. He didn't have, Kim Jung Un. He doesn't have the virus. He didn't have it. You can tell because I think he might have had a stent, but see, the stent doesn't change your appearance and that virus, he would have come out 75 pounds lighter. He would have looked bad. He actually looks pretty perky. He probably feels better since he got the stent. So, and of course he was lighting up cigarettes. So watch that space. Okay, you guys, love you all. I'm probably forgetting something, but don't worry, I'll be back. And take care of yourself. Thank you for all the comments about Triss and Mary and about Sterling. We're going to try to do every Sunday. I'll send another note on YouTube for questions for this Sunday. I told him he should start his own YouTube, so we'll see. But this time I just asked him the questions. I did throw a few things in there, but I think it's easier if he just says what he needs to say. Okay, you guys take care. I'm getting gray. I'm doing my own hair. And there you have it. Welcome to the Linda virus land here. But I'm very, very... I'm praying. I mean, the other night, I actually watched like a white crystal with a deep blue. What is that? Magna something blue. It's very deep color. Comes from the top chakra. All around the earth, like rolling like a fog, but it had light in it. And it was rolling. And I just asked that this virus be taken down and that people, families and stuff be healed. Because it's really sad. But we have to get strong. We'll never be the same. We will not forget. It's not like, 9/11 happened. We were pissed off for a while, but we kept on. Now, this is changing, and there's more shifting coming up. We can talk about that later. I have to be very, very calm when I read on Earth changes. Okay, talk to you later. Ciao.